At 9:31 a.m., his screen flashes green. A few minutes later, it's red. Then greener than before. Then redder than he's ever seen. His heart is pounding like he's being chased. And the craziest part, he thinks this is investing. Most people don't lose money in the market because they're stupid. They lose money because they're human, in a game designed to punish human instincts. Rich people don't win because they know some secret stock. They win because they refuse to play the game most of us are addicted to. Let's be clear. The stock market is one of the greatest wealth-building machines ever created, and yet so many people manage to turn it into a money shredder. Not from one bad pick, but from repeating the same mistakes over and over. Day trading, chasing hype, panic selling, and turning long-term investing into a series of short-term emotional gambles. Here's the line that changes everything. The market rewards patience, but it tests you with chaos. Let me introduce you to two investors, not because they're special, but because they're painfully normal. First, there's Nick. Nick is smart, motivated. He watches videos, joins Discord groups, checks charts between meetings. He wants to learn the market. Then there's Maya. Maya is boring. She invests automatically into low-cost index funds, broad funds that track the whole market like the S&P 500. She doesn't stare at charts. She's not early to anything. She just shows up. And 10 years later, Maya is wealthy. Nick has stories. So why do so many of us choose to be Nick? Because his path sells a fantasy. Day trading promises a shortcut. Quit your job, make money from your phone. And when it works just once, that's the trap. It teaches your brain, this is real, I'm good at this. But the actual data is brutal. Large academic studies find that around 97% of day traders lose money over time. 97 out of 100 lose. So if you're thinking, I'll just be the exception, that's not confidence. That's what casinos call a business model. Here's a hard truth. A lot of people aren't trading for returns. They're trading for emotion, for the stimulation, the feeling of control, the identity of being a trader. But wealthy investors don't need their portfolio to entertain them. They have something most people don't, a system. And a system doesn't care about vibes. This brings us to the real reason most people lose. The biggest fee you'll ever pay isn't an expense ratio. It's the behavior tax. It's the cost of buying a stock after it's already gone up 300%. It's the price of selling in a panic after it's already fallen 30%. It's the loss from sitting in cash because the market feels unsafe. None of this feels like a mistake in the moment. It feels like survival. But that's why market downturns are so revealing. They don't just drop prices, they expose who had a plan and who was just hoping.
Imagine the market drops fast. Headlines get ugly. Your portfolio is bleeding. Friends text you, "Are you selling?" And a little voice in your head starts whispering, "Just sell now and buy back in lower." It sounds so smart, so logical, until you realize something terrifying. To time the market, you don't just have to be right once, you have to be right twice. You have to sell before the real fall, and you have to buy back in before the recovery. And those recoveries, they often begin while everyone still feels sick to their stomach. This isn't just theory. Analysis shows that missing just the market's handful of best days can absolutely destroy your long-term returns. And the cruel joke is, many of the strongest up days happen right around the worst down periods. So when you panic sell, you don't just lock in your losses, you risk missing the entire comeback. So, what do wealthy, disciplined investors actually do? It's not magic. It's a handful of boring things they do with almost religious consistency. First, they automate their contributions. They don't wait to feel inspired to invest. They set it up like a utility bill. Every paycheck, every month. No drama. Second, they buy diversified, low-cost index funds. They don't waste energy trying to pick winners. They buy the entire market, or huge chunks of it, and let the system work for them. Third, they think in decades, not days. They don't ask, what will this stock do next week? They ask, will I be glad I owned this in 10 years? And finally, they don't dump their entire plan just because of a scary headline. They might rebalance, they might adjust when life changes, but they do not let fear grab the steering wheel. The goal isn't to be clever, the goal is to be consistent. This simple approach is the antidote to the most common beginner mistakes. The first mistake is chasing complexity. Beginners often think, if it's simple, it can't be that good. So they hunt for complexity, options, leverage, day trading, niche assets they don't understand. But wealth isn't built with one heroic move. It's built with 1,000 unsexy decisions. Invest, wait. Invest, ignore the noise. Rebalance, repeat. The second mistake is waiting for perfect timing. Once the market drops, I'll buy. Once the election passes, I'll buy. And then years slip by. The real cost isn't money you lost, it's the growth you never participated in. For a long-term investor, your superpower is not timing the market, it's time in the market. This brings us to the core theme. Winning in investing isn't about maximizing excitement, it's about minimizing self-sabotage. Take two people, Nick and Maya. The market crashes, Nick thinks this time is different and he sells to protect what's left. Maya feels the exact same fear, but her money keeps investing automatically. She buys all the way through the drop. Years later, when the market recovers, as it historically has from every major downturn, Maya doesn't feel like a genius. She just feels confused because she didn't really do anything. And that's the point. Most wealth is built by resisting the urge to constantly intervene. If investing feels like a roller coaster, it's because you're treating it like entertainment. The wealthy treat it like plumbing, quiet, functional, unsexy, but it runs reliably for decades. That's why most investors lose money and the rich don't. Not because they're luckier or smarter, but because they built a system that keeps them from making the same emotional mistakes everyone else repeats year after year.